So if you guys are able to hear me, whether you are watching us on YouTube or on Facebook, please give me a thumbs up. Okay, I just have to check whether I'm audible on different platforms. Okay, so I would preferably bring all the questions to YouTube and on Facebook, because it is easier for us to give you all the information there easily by sharing screen and showing all the information that I'm able to read from different sources. So you can trust what we are doing and where we are reading this information from. So we have 4 or 5 viewers on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So Hindi में, Punjabi में, कोई भी language में आप question पूछ सकते हैं. I would stick to answering most questions in English, but feel free to ask questions in any language. Okay, language is not a problem at all. Okay. So if you guys are able to hear me clearly, please give me a thumbs up. Is TikTok good? Anyone who is watching me on TikTok, if you're able to hear me clearly, please give me a thumbs up. And same for other platforms as well. Audible, that's good. Manjot is audible. Manjot, thank you, Manjot. Thanks for helping. Okay, Manjot, please also assist me in reading some questions from TikTok. And I would like if you want to join me on TikTok as well from our Endeavor Migration channel. That would help too. I think this way we can broadcast this live on different platforms. So that will definitely help. All right. So start asking questions. If you are watching us live on TikTok, you can shoot your questions on TikTok. Preferably, I would bring most of the people on YouTube and Facebook. The reason being, I can display the questions so we can all learn at the same time. Okay, for those who are watching my live shows for the first time, let me introduce myself to all of you. My name is Mahinder Singh, and I'm a registered migration agent. We are based in Adelaide, South Australia, and we can assist you for securing Australian permanent resident visa if you're eligible. Okay, wonderful. So I have a question first from Pavan Deep Gill 616. Hi, sir. How long it takes to approve to 2 BAC payment for 491 visa subclass? Okay, so the question is कितना टाइम लगता है जब आप वीजा एप्लीकेशन चार्ज, मतलब जो इंग्लिश के लिए स्पाउस की इंग्लिश के लिए जो आप इंग्लिश के लिए जो फंड देते हो, उसके बाद कितना टाइम लगता है? Normally, when they ask for the second visa application charge, most of your application is decided, and once you submit this payment, your visa could be granted. कितना टाइम लग सकता है? Roughly, I would say, 4 to 5 weeks, and sometimes a little bit longer or even a little bit less. I hope that helps, that materializes for you sooner than later. Okay. We have a question from, okay, so there's a little bit of feedback, guys. Make sure when you post your question, write your question once only. And if I haven't picked your question for answering, then type your question again. And to help us, please continue helping us in double tapping the screen. That will allow more and more viewers. Okay, so the purpose of these live shows is to give you some generic information in relation to what is going on in Australia in terms of permanent residency, changes in rules and regulations, to keep you guys updated. And sometimes we also ask you guys to post your questions. That means if that question is common question for many of you, so when we discuss one person's comment or when we comment on one person's questions, then everyone, we are all learning at the same time. Okay, so Shikha was asking, hi sir, when can I apply for EOI in Tasmania? Been working 3 months as EN. Good question. Very good question, Shikha. So, Shikha, if you go back to my TikTok, I have created a detailed video on Tasmania's criteria. I would like you to have a look at this, because there are different streams and different streams have different criteria. Depending upon what you are, what occupation you are working in, what your skills assessment is in, and how long you have been living in Tasmania, that decides when you are eligible or not. Okay, so please have a look at that video. There is a lot of information available on Tasmania's website as well. Okay, so you probably go through that. Born to Shine 561 is asking, when will state get their final allocation? Waiting for so long. Absolutely, and I can understand the frustration. We as migration agents also feel the same way. It has happened for the first time in last like 6-7 years, that we are in end of October almost, and we still haven't received any allocation. I think the government is under a lot of pressure, given these anti-immigration rallies, given housing crisis, and given how other parties are pressurizing probably Labour government. And not only they are pressurizing, but they are actually labeling the Labour government as a government of immigrants, because most people feel that most immigrants vote to Labour, and that is one of the reasons. So Labour is under pressure, I think, and that is one of the reasons it is getting delayed. Okay, so hopefully soon, and that's why, when the states are requesting the central government again and again, the states are giving them some interim quota, but final numbers are not out yet, and we really don't know when would they be out. Given it's already almost end of October, and we have like 4 months gone in this financial year. We have a Kripa Ben Sparks is asking, hi sir, could you please explain Queensland offshore nurses ROI, current experience for ROI? I'm registered nurse, NEC code. So Kripa, if you are a registered nurse and NEC code, you can do ROI for Queensland if you are offshore. That's not a problem. I can't give you much information because states may or may not consider ROIs from offshore this year. Although a registered nurse, health related occupation, in one sense, it is very good. You may get invited from Queensland or even from other states. Okay, so you can feel free to do EY for every single state and do it separately. Okay, someone was asking 482 nomination refused. What can I do now? Change agent. Look, number one, yes, if you think that 482 nomination was refused because the application had problems, most of the times the agent would explain you the risks in advance. That's pretty much what we do. But if you think it was somehow the case was not presented properly, then you can definitely change the agent. Immediate option for you would be to go for your review of the nomination, and then when the visa application is refused, you can review that as well. In many cases, based on your circumstances, you may have more than one option available, depending on where you're located and what occupation you have and how much work experience you have. Okay, so I would recommend you, if you haven't done so far, you can head to my website at www. and book appointment from there. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Okay. All right, guys, continue posting your questions. Just give me a second. Okay, so on TikTok, we have 31 viewers. Continue double tapping the screen, guys. And I'm also trying to share the link to our live show in our WhatsApp, so some more people can join from there. Here we go. Sachin Sani, IT support technician from New Zealand, had a diploma of web and software developer, 4-year experience, any visa. So Sachin, IT support technician, you can get skills assessment, but it's going to be a bit difficult to obtain invite, especially if you are IT support technician. IT related fields are very, very competitive, but if you can gain like high points, maybe 85, 90, or 95 points, then you could definitely have some chance this financial year for invitation from any of the states. Target, I would say 491 in states like Northern Territory, could be Tasmania and South Australia as well. Love is Life is asking how long will it take for subclass 491 visa to grant after they have asked for more documents through Section 56 request. So after Section 56 request is received, you have 28 days to submit those documents. And if you submit those documents within 28 days, after generally 28 days, the application is allocated to the case officer again. And then sometimes it goes in a long queue again, so it can take 4 to 6 weeks after that. In most cases, it is decided between 4 to 5 weeks. Okay, guys, please bring all the questions on YouTube as well as on Facebook. I can show you on my YouTube. You can search us as Mohinder Mara Agent. Okay. On YouTube, you can search us as Mohinder Mara Agent. I want to show you here. Sorry. Okay, so you can search our YouTube like this here, Mohinder Migration Agent Australia. This is our YouTube channel. We are live on YouTube as well. And you can bring all your questions there too. Navran Dhava was asking, sir, why bridging visa be coming too late these days? Why bridging visas Bs are coming too late? Because probably lots of people are applying, and when you apply for bridging visa B, if you don't get it and if you are required to travel quicker, then please send them a message. If we are applying for bridging visa B for someone, and if it doesn't come before the date they are traveling, then we generally send a request to Global Feedback Unit. Look, everything we do, it takes time, and obviously if you're happy to pay, then we can make that effort. But most people think that bridging visa B should be done freely with your previous visa, and that's why the agent does not show interest, because you don't want to pay the agent. So look, one should value everyone's time, and generally the agent should write to Global Feedback Unit if the bridging visa takes a longer time. It happens to everyone, right? You are not the only person that it is getting delayed for. Ravi Sharma is saying, sir, can I submit a community work UI for 189? No. So remember, guys, for every visa subclass, there is a list, okay, especially for general skill migration, which includes subclass 189, subclass 190, and subclass 491 visa. So we call them general skilled migration. So for subclass 189 visa, your occupation must be available in medium and long-term list. Okay, so there are lots of trade occupations and professional occupations. Then we have short-term list. So if your occupation is in if your occupation is in medium-term list, you can apply for 189, you can apply for 190, you can apply for 491. The second list is short-term list. So the short-term list has many other occupations which are not available on medium and long-term list. So in the short-term list occupations, you can apply for 190 and you can apply for 491 as well. And there is a third list which is known as ROL, or regional occupation list. If your occupation is in regional occupation list, you can only apply for 491 visa. Okay, that's how it works. Your community worker or all community worker and related occupations or closely related occupations to that occupation, they all appear in short-term occupation list. So that means you can apply for 190, you can apply for 491, but you can't apply for 189. Okay. All right. So lots of questions are flowing here on TikTok. So when you ask your question, guys, please ask the question once only and wait for me to pick your questions. So the rule stays same, no matter whether you're on Facebook or on YouTube or on TikTok. So Awais Azam is asking which state is good for both together for civil engineer draft person and a doctor GP. So first of all, I'm looking at whether it is offshore or onshore. Doctor GP is good in every state. Target regional states, the states which are fully regional, such as Western Australia, such as South Australia, Tasmania, and Northern Territory, if the points are on lower side. And if you're looking at civil engineering draftspersons, civil engineering draftsperson is a construction-related occupation, is in high priority in Queensland, it is in New South Wales, as well as in Western Australia. Okay, so that's just the generic information about the question that you have asked. Okay, I have another question from Info Global Zone 311213 90 Victoria 190. Some occupation. So I can't really say what is the occupation. You must write a name of the occupation. Most states have posted the priority areas or priority sectors on their websites. Victoria again has health, teaching. Construction is not as such in Victoria, but depending upon the states, they have different occupations. Health teaching is almost in priority for every state. I have a question from Tanveer. Tanveer Ansari is asking, can we submit 190 or 491 EOIs for a week, and then suppose if we usually do ROI for 190 and one EOI, so what the benefits of 491 EOI that we submitted will be considered? Okay, I'm not sure what exactly you want to ask, Tanveer. So let me give you a bit of idea though. So the expression of interest, which is known as EOI, is done on Department of Home Affairs website. Okay, you get invitation directly from Department of Home Affairs for 189. Okay, but for state-based visas, some states require ROI, some states don't. Some states invite people for 190 and 491 directly from Department of Home Affairs website. So from expression of interest. But some states require you to do ROI. Victoria requires ROI. But you can only do ROI for one subclass only, and for one person, you can only do one ROI. So if you have done ROI for 190, but if you have EOI for 190 and 491 same, it's okay. Nothing is going to happen to 491. You're not going to have any action on that because that is not associated further with your ROI, because Victoria only allows one ROI. You can do n number of EOIs, doesn't really matter, but for ROI you have to mention EOI, and that EOI must have the same visa subclass selected. Okay, I hope that helps. Sandeep Singh is asking, hi sir, what is the processing time for welder trade occupation if I apply for 491 and 190 visa, and tell me which one is good for welder trade? Right now I'm living in Canada on a temporary visa. So if you already hold a skills assessment as a welder and you are in Canada, you're looking to move to Australia, you must have expression of interest for every single state so as to stand the best chances. I can't, if you are offshore, you've got no choice. You should apply for every single state. Okay. Then Sandeep, we also take people from offshore too. So if you have skills assessment already, if you're looking to apply for Australian visas in future, professionally prepared expression of interest and definitely helps. So reach out to us and we can assist you with the whole process. If you hold the skills assessment, we'll do our best. Generically, you must target all the states, I would say. PC Monkey is asking, I'm on 407 visa, 13 months visa, but 2 months almost gone. I'm intern pharmacist. When I can request for 482 for sponsorship from my sponsor, how many before I can request them? If someone is on training visa, so remember the requirement for subclass 482 visa is 12 months of work experience in the nominated occupation. So if you have met 12 months of work experience requirement for your nominated occupation, then you can go for a 482 visa, subject to meeting the criteria. So depending upon what occupation you choose for 482 visa, whether that occupation requires mandatory registration to work in that particular state or not, that is something that you need to keep in mind. But apart from that, as long as you have 12 months of work experience, that's all good. And that work experience must have been gained within the last 5 years, whether it is before the qualification or after the qualification, whether it is part-time, full-time, doesn't really matter as long as you have a 1 year full-time work experience. Okay, 40 people on TikTok. I'll pay a little bit attention to TikTok, guys. All right, so Agam is saying, sir, what is the current ART time? Wonderful. So we recently received a positive outcome for ART matter or ART file that was submitted in July 2023. So it took almost 2 years. It was a student visa refusal, and somehow, thankfully, we were able to get a positive outcome. So we got that decision on the day of Diwali, okay, which was great. So depending upon the case, it can take up to anything between 18 months to 24 months, or sometimes a little bit longer. ART is too busy these days because almost everyone who gets their visas refused in Australia would go for ART, and that's why the ART times just blow out. Sonu Nada, hi sir, if my company is providing me accommodation, can I claim it on 76 package for 482, or I have to take 76,000? So first of all, so the minimum Tismit threshold is 76,515. Don't forget that 76,515. And if the accommodation is part of the package, and if it can be included in the employment contract as a non-monetary benefit, then you can put that as a part of the contract too. Okay. So basically, here they are looking at minimum annual guarantee income. So minimum. So it has to be 76,515. You're at 76,000, and even if they are providing you accommodation, I think it is better for you to probably ask them to probably increase the salary to 76,515, as long as it is a market salary rate for that occupation. Okay, 48 viewers on TikTok. Let's take some questions from TikTok. How many ROIs for Victoria? I'm not sure. Vishakha is asking, what is the chance for 70 points on civil technician for Victoria? 189 and 190 invitation. So 189 is completely on the basis of your UI. I think for 189, anyone less than 85 points would not be competitive. When we talk about 190, it is all based on the state. So you need to look at what state you are currently based in, and how strong your employment is. Sareem Blouch, NT 190 graduate stream for accounting students. Is it possible? Okay, so Northern Territory has certain requirements of work experience and stuff. As long as you meet them, they are pretty good. They take a long time for giving outcome of the nomination applications, but in one sense, they are pretty good. Sujan Mahajan is saying, sir, I want to apply visitor visa. I have travel history as well. Can I show proof of funds and other? So Sujan, if you are based in, I think, Nepal, just looking at your name and just considering or just guessing that you're from Nepal. If you have traveled overseas, yes, it definitely reflects well on your tourist visa application to Australia. But there are multiple other factors that they look at, such as your strong economic ties. That means a regular job, evidence of your job, and things like that. So you are required to show a substantial evidence if you are looking to get Australian tourist visa. So Bhumi Kandel essay is not open yet. We all know we are still waiting for final quota. I'm not sure how long it can take, but there is something cooking, I believe. Sibati is saying, can we change 407 dependent work restrictions from 40 hours fortnightly to full time? Is it possible? I don't think so, because 407 has same work, has some restrictions for spouse work rights. You can't really do much about it. For those who are new to my live shows, if you guys have not hit that follow button so far, please do it now. If you are looking for an honest, ethical, transparent, and professional migration agent, this is the time to head to my website at www.eems.com.au and book appointment from there. You can also send us a message on WhatsApp on this number, okay, and you'll get a reply back message in which you'll have a link to our website. In the website, in the message, I have also written what do you get as a part of consultation. So if you book appointment with us, you get a 30 to 45 minutes chat with me one-on-one, okay. You also get a formal letter of advice, okay, and you get 3 emails that you can get answered from us as a part of the same consultation within the same email thread within 3 months. And if you ever sign up within 3 months for any of the services, you get $165 credit for migration services, so you don't lose anything. Remember guys, the purpose, we really put our heart and soul into the work that we do. The purpose is to help you guys getting and securing your PRs in soonest possible time. And it takes a lot of time and effort. And if you value our time, we value your profile and we value you coming to us. So we take it really, really seriously. Okay. Melsky is saying if you are in a bridging visa, applying protection visa, and you return to your home country, is it? So Matsky is saying if you're on bridging visa, applying protection visa, and you return to your home country. So basically, if you are on a bridging visa A, okay, because you have lodged a protection visa application, if your passport is still valid, can you travel offshore? Yes, you can travel offshore. But can you come back on bridging visa A? No. And for that reason, when you apply for a bridging visa B, while you're holding a bridging visa A, you have to tell where you want to go. And if you tell them you want to go back to your home country, okay, and for that you're applying for a bridging visa, it goes against the protection visa application in which you have mentioned you have fear of persecution or you have some kind of threat in your home country. You may not get a bridging visa B at all unless you apply for a bridging visa to visit other country. Okay. And if you're lucky, if you get a bridging visa B, then you can travel offshore and come back during that visa. Okay, so I have a question from Jitin. Anitha Ravindran, sir, how can an Indian MBBS doctor with 5-year experience get a PR? Very good question. So Jitin, Anitha Ravindran, if you need to visit Australian Medical Council, if you want to come to Australia as a permanent resident from India, you would be required to first get a registration in Australia. And that involves a long process of sitting exams and practical and theoretical exams and things like that. That's one way. Another way would be to come to Australia for probably higher studies. If you are, say, MBBS doctor with 5 years of experience, you can choose some kind of master degree to study in Australia. It could be even public health and stuff. And if you study the degree in Australia, after that, you're going to get a full-time work rights for at least for 3 years if you have Indian passport. During that time, you can work out your Australian Medical Council exam, okay, or seek further pathways, okay. So every person is different depending upon how quickly they want to come to Australia. So you can come to Australia as a skilled migrant, you have to sit exams, or you can come to Australia on a student visa, study higher degree here, and then work your ways to Australian other visa while you are in Australia. Inder is saying, can we cancel 482 visa if we get invited and apply for 491 visa? You really can't cancel 482 visa. You have to serve the conditions of 482 visa unless your 491 visa is granted. Okay. User ending with 45139 is saying, how many medical tests are required for 186 visa? So for 186 visa, you generally undergo the health examination and they look at your lungs and they look at your kidney and all those tests and medical blood test and all that. Okay, guys, if you haven't hit that follow button so far, please do it now and continue posting your questions, whether you're on YouTube or on Facebook. You can continue posting your questions. I'm trying to answer questions. And if you are in my live show for the first time, there are certain rules. Please post your question once only. Give me as much as information as you can, and wait for me to pick your question for answering. If I don't answer your question, you can repost your question again, but don't bug it. Don't bug the comment section. Just help others as well, because we want to have a wide variety of questions. And sometimes when you ask a question, the same question comes from another person as well, so we can all learn at the same time. Okay. S with 67, any chances for 190, 189 RNNDC working in HK Victoria on 75 points? Pretty good chances. Look, all the nurses are eventually going to get 190 or 189. If you're RNNEC working in aged care, I would also recommend you to have another skills assessment, aged care as well. You get that after 3 months. With 3 months of work experience in aged care, I would recommend you. So you have another skills assessment as well. That definitely increases your chances. And regional employment could be key. So if you are in Victoria, I would recommend you to find full-time employment as aged care nurse in regional Victoria. That can make you stand out among the crowd who are working within Melbourne and waiting for invitations. So Mr. Siane is saying, sir, I came to Australia in July 2025. I'm planning to change my course. Absolutely, we can help you. Please send us a message on WhatsApp right away on here. So if you came in July, this is the time you look for any intake in February or March. So I can get my counselor to send you a message. Please send me a message on WhatsApp on this number, +614 521 69200. You just type TikTok live show and you type course change or course related consultation. So I'll get my counselor to give you a call. Okay. Okay, Christopher, I had a question from Christopher. Christopher is asking, so when applying for Australian visa, do I declare my past refusals from other countries? Ideally, yes, absolutely. There is a question, depending on what visa you're applying for, there are questions. Okay, especially any visa that has a genuine temporary entrant criteria associated with it, or genuine student criteria in case of student visa. They do ask whether you have had any previous refusals from other countries, and if those refusals are in last for few years, you must declare it, because if the department finds out that, it's a straight refusal. If you are in Victoria, someone with AI hurt. If you're in Victoria, you have 85 points. But are your chances? You have chances to get invited for 190 as well as 491. Regional employment and obviously superior English. These two things are key in Victorian nomination. MJ is asking, if you in 403 visa and working in Australia for 3 years, can 403 applicant can apply for another visa? Yes, why not, if you meet other criteria. So there are multiple different criteria you're required to meet it based on different visa subclasses. So Michelle is asking, social worker in Victoria with 75 points, can I get 190 New South Wales or Victoria? So can you get 190 in New South Wales? You can't apply in New South Wales unless you have a job in New South Wales or you are living in New South Wales. And can you get 190 in Victoria? Social work is also available in Victoria as well. So 75 points are reasonable point. You may even get invited for 189 as well. I would recommend you, if there is any room for you to increase your points by just 5 more, it can make a big difference in your prospects of getting invitation. Okay, Michelle, if you have not, look, guys, a lot of people, especially those who do professional courses, I've got like 62 viewers, 64 viewers. I want everyone to please help me in double tapping the screen so we can get more and more viewers. I've got a lot of smart people, someone who is studying social work, someone who is studying maybe nursing. I feel these guys are pretty smart. And sometimes I feel these smart guys get caught up so badly because Australian migration rules and regulations are brutal, right? They change so frequently, and they are because they change so frequently, it is difficult even as a migration agent for us to stay on top of that information. And when you are doing your case yourself and just gathering all that disjointed information from different websites, blogs, and from videos, that little knowledge becomes very, very dangerous. And I've seen many cases in the past where people have stuffed up their case by doing it themselves. Guys, you're smart. You've done a lot of hard work. You have studied in Australia, and this is high time when you sort out your visa pathways. This is high time when you need the best professional help. Don't compromise your case because you just want to save a few $1,000s. It's about your future and it is about your life in Australia. Okay, uh, take professional help. It doesn't cost you a fortune. Okay, for one applicant, general skilled migration process can cost 4,000 plus GST in professional fees in different steps. If you go through us, it could cost a little bit higher or lower depending on the agent you change. But make sure you take professional help, and anything your agent is doing for you, you must make sure that you have email communication and evidence receipt and all those things on your email as well. Okay, we do due diligence with all of our clients, and you know you know if you, anyone of you who is on my live show today, if you are my client, please post your experiences to help others to make that decision, right? Sachin Sani is asking IT. Sachin, you had the same question and I have answered your question, so I'm not going to pick your question again. I don't know is saying I am 190 bridging visa in Western Australia. Okay. Do I still need to pay school fees for my kids in public schools? Good question. So I would say, in terms of the fee to the children, different states have different regulations. So if your visa status has changed, suppose you have moved on to bridging visa A because your previous visa has expired, you must talk to your school and give them your new bridging visa and see what they can do in terms of your fees or children fees. Someone had a question about partner visa. Do you apply partner visa? Absolutely, we do. Okay. Denote Key, I'm not sure, I think Denote Kenya. Um, we do apply for partner visas. I specialize in partner visas as well. I have taken a lot of cases for partner visas in the past and have been very successful. Also, not only that, I also deal in Schedule 3 waivers as well. So if you do not hold a substantive visa in Australia, even if you are unlawful, but if you are in a relationship with an Australian citizen or permanent resident, that relationship must be at least for 12 months and or must be registered if not 12 months. Yeah, or you must be married to Australian citizen or permanent resident. You can still do partner visa application on shore. So we've done many successful cases like that. If you need our assistance, we can help you. If you're looking to do partner visa in future, make sure you head to my website and book appointment. Make sure you and your partner both are available in the consultation, so I can make assessment from the sponsor side as well as the applicant side and take it from there. Emmanuel is asking, where is my office located? Emmanuel, we are based in Adelaide, South Australia, but we can serve you anywhere in Australia. So no matter where you're living in Australia or even overseas, we can help you. The problem with overseas clients is if you are in overseas country and if your currency's value is comparatively lower as compared to Australia, it would be very difficult for you, unless your paying capacity is very high, it would be very difficult for you to afford our services. And unfortunately, even though we want to help people and we want to help as much as we can, I'm also at the same time running a business, and this is my full-time job. I put food on my kids' table from this job, and I can't help people for free, unfortunately. That's why we have these live shows. If you guys need that information, you can ask questions here, and we try to provide you as much as information possible here, especially that generic information which gives you that head start, especially if you are totally naive to Australian rules and regulations for migration. Okay. Or if you have a friend in Australia, you can also ask your friend for help and ask your friend to book consultation with me. And you can also join me from offshore. So at least we can discuss in detail. You get a bit of idea where we stand. Okay. Hello, sir. If a business is very big and there was a redundancy recently, can still apply 186? Look, if there was a redundancy, you can still apply for 186 if a genuine position is there, because redundancy can have many different issues. Redundancy can happen in many different ways. Okay, so sometimes people voluntarily leave. Sometimes people have done something incorrectly in the business, or something bad to the business, and then they were actually sacked. So redundancy can happen for any number of reasons. If the business is doing professionally, financially well, and if there is a genuine position, they meet the criteria, then it is possible. Manjinder is asking, I have skills assessment in Glazier. Any chance for PR? Manjinder, skills assessment in Glazier is the best skills assessment, my friend. Okay. Skills assessment as a Glazier means you are the best person to get PR in Australia. So if you have, I'm not sure where you are located, okay? And I'm not sure how many points do you have. You may still need a strategy going forward. I'm not sure you are being assisted by a migration agent or not. Please head to my website and book appointment if you're not sure what to do. But Glazier occupation बहुत बड़ी occupation है. 189 भी आ सकता है, 65 points ने, 190, 491 भी मिल सकता है, depending on the state. User, sir, when New South Wales 491 pathway 1 will open? Good question. So pathway 1 will open once they receive final quotation, final quota from Department of Home Affairs. Hopefully soon. Can't really say when. We've been guessing and guessing and guessing. It is ongoing. I can't really say when, but it will eventually happen. Mike is asking, I am in regional New South Wales looking to apply for 189 as food technologist with 85 points. Any chance? So look, if you are in regional New South Wales, if you have enough points, you can definitely do EOI, but I would recommend you keep your 491 and 190 options alive as well, because 189 can take time. And remember, because 189 is only based on your points, they generally invite people with very high points. So as a food technologist, I think 85 points are reasonable. But if they only invited like 10 people and you were 20th in the row, you won't get invited. So also, in addition to 189 is like a lottery. Okay, you're not sure whether it's going to come or not. But 491 and 190 are also good pathways to secure PR. So never ignore those visas as well, in addition to 189. In nutshell, if you're looking for Australian PR, if you are in Australia, make sure you do everything possible through 190 or 491 or 189, so one or the other visa clicks for you on time. Okay, so all right. So Rahila Karam 65, can you tell anything about seats allocation of Northern Territory? I've got no news as yet. Okay, we are still waiting for those numbers from the Department of Home Affairs. I want to do masters in Australia. Sitterton is saying I want to do masters in Australia. So Michelle is asking, when is 189 round and 190 rounds for Victoria? So Victoria has conducted a 190 round already. We did not have any invite from that round. They might conduct another round soon. And 189, again, generally there's a gap of at least 60 days between 189 rounds. So 60 days since the last invites are, I think, today. I think last round was in 22nd of August, September, and we are on 22nd of October. If there is any round for 189, it can happen anytime from tomorrow. Shering Colden is asking, hello, sir, what about carpenter course? So carpenter course is very good. Carpenters are in priority in New South Wales, Queensland, and people got invited as even as low as 65 points lately in the latest 189 round. So very, very good thing for carpenters in coming 1 to 2 years in terms of invitations. All right. Your voice not clear. Jatinder, what happened to my voice? That's good. Thank you, Manjot, assisting with Alifo's question. Manjot, can you give me a call on TikTok? I'll accept you. We'll try this new way of doing live show. So you can assist me in between and we can have a communication as well. I'm not sure. There is some background noise. Manjot, can you let me know what kind of noise you are able to? Okay, I'm not sure. I can't really say. Okay, it could be just because of the microphone. Okay, is it better now? Okay, so Michelle is asking sir about 75% social worker. I think Michelle, I've got. Do I get 5 points for state nomination? Yes, yeah. If you have 75 your own points, then you get 5 points for nomination for 190 from Victoria. Absolutely, you do. So when will ACT allocation happen? Can't really say when. Hopefully soon. That's all I can say. How to make a strong profile for visitor visa? Very good question. Oh, okay. Let me know if it is any better. Manjot, let me know if it is any better. I have wonderful friends who always help me in the live shows as well, giving all the feedback. So thank you, Jatinder. I'm not sure it is. Let me know if it is any better. Michelle, where do we find sponsors for visa? Where do we find sponsors? So the best chance of I think Jatinder, the voice is clear for some people. It is not clear for some. I'm not sure. It will be just issue at your own side. Some people are saying the voice is clear. Can everyone do a thumbs up if my voice is clear? So Jitin, Anitha, Ravindran is saying, sir, do you provide education services for medical students? I mean to obtain a student visa in Australia. Yes, absolutely, we do. Okay, we do. So I would recommend you, Jitin, please send me a message on WhatsApp. I'll get my counselor to have a chat with you and see how we can assist you. And if you want to do it yourself, please approach nearest IDP office. IDP has offices all over India. I'm not sure. I'm just guessing you're from India because of your that last name, Rabindran. Um, if you are from India, then approach nearest IDP office. They do a great job and they have contacts with all major universities in Australia. They can place you in the course as well as help you with the visa application too. And there, most of the services they provide are for free. But your profile and your funds has to be genuine and legitimate. If you want us to assist you, we can do that as well. But we charge professional services charges for assisting in the admission as well as the student visa process. Okay. So Michelle, don't ask the same question again and again. So you're saying where do we find sponsors? So generally, you can't find sponsor anywhere. You have to first find a job, and once your employer is happy with you and your visa comes to an end or about to come to an end, that's when they start talking about employer-sponsored visa. Okay, so if you prove yourself to your employer, there are high chances that they can initiate the discussions of employer-sponsored visa with you. That's how most of the people or most of the employer-sponsored visas we do. That's how we do that. Okay. All right, guys. So there's nothing happening much on YouTube as well as on Facebook. So I'm going to end my stream on YouTube and Facebook. I'll see you guys in next time. And on TikTok, I'll continue for some more time. Okay. Thank you.